Look, I'm sorry that I can't be with everybody today, because I've nurtured an affection and indeed a commitment to cooperatives since I was the last cooperatives minister in Australia in the 1980s. You know, cooperatives are not just economic institutions, they're not just financial institutions, they are also ethical, they are also democratic. They are institutions which can contribute very greatly to our prosperity, to the economic development of Australia, without the increasingly doubtful ethics that has unfortunately accompanied so much economic enterprise in more recent times. I mean, you know, we've just had the worst financial crisis at least since the 1930s, and in many ways it could be seen to be worse. Well, back in the 1980s we made some considerable effort, in fact, to promote the cooperative idea. And at the time, of course, we had a very powerful credit union movement, which we still have. We had a very powerful building society movement, which we don't still have. We had producer cooperatives, consumer cooperatives. We had them right across the spectrum, indeed, of economic activity. So we were, on the one hand, dealing with a movement that had some power, but on the other, in the 1980s, we were up against the fact that the new kind of market philosophies were just reaching a sort of crescendo. Those market philosophies which, for all the good that they have indeed brought, have also brought the horrifying crash of just a couple of years ago, which is going to go on affecting our economy and that of the world for a generation to come. Inevitably, I'm very encouraged by the increase in interest in cooperatives that I am seeing amongst a good number of our parliamentary representatives. It's massively useful at the local level, it's massively useful at the occupational level. It is an alternative, an ethical way of raising funds for new ventures. There are a great many ways in which we can link together the cooperative movement and regional development and any kind of activity that seeks also to treat workers fairly. There's an enormous, as it were, coincidence of interest between the trade union movement, the labour movement and cooperatives, even though cooperatives can be supported from other political perspectives as well. The fact is that the world is looking for alternatives to the capitalism, to the kind of finance industry red in tooth and claw that we've been seeing so much of in recent times, and these organisations, these cooperatives, offer a way of finding an alternative.